So let's move on with the daily lesson. So today we are talking about the morning practices as our series of 4 Times 4 Health. And what I want to start by talking about is just referring back to the different 2 hourly cycles that we go through. And so today we're dealing with the time between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. and 7 and 9 a.m. And when I've finished my talking, Sheet's going to give us the details on the specific techniques that we do. But I just want to talk first about what's happening in the body and why we do what we do. So the time 5 to 7, what's happening in the body is the large intestine has its moment of glory. That's when it's really helping us to release all the wastes from the day before. Pretty much right from 5 o'clock. For me anyway, I can really feel a change in what's happening in my body. So that's really good time to go to the toilet and clean out the day before. Then from 7 to 9, what's happening is it's the stomach's moment of glory. That's when, that's when we eat breakfast, the short version of that. Getting energy for the day ahead, and really setting the stage for the whole day. Because the cycle after that, 9 to 11, that's our most active time of the day. So that breakfast period is very, very important. So I just want to talk briefly too on waking up times. Ideally, we're waking up at 5 and then kicking the day off then. But really then we need to follow the seasons. And, waking up at 5 in the dark is probably not really what we're designed to do. So pretty much we following the sun's cycle. Here in Sweden, it's a bit more of a challenge, as you can imagine. But in the winter times, like up until about a couple of weeks ago, I've been getting up around 6:37, which is just before the sunrise. But now, as the sun is getting more and more, I'm waking up about half an hour earlier than I was, and so on. And, Brigitte, do you want to say something on this? How it works for you? Bearing in mind you're on mute just now.
Yes, now my body actually is automatically almost waking up. It's I don't shut down the shutters, so I wake up with the light, but my body rhythm has now started to wake up between 5 and 6. It depends also when I went to bed. If I go to bed too late, then it's obviously more difficult to wake up around 5 o'clock. But if I go to bed around 10-ish, at 5 o'clock, I'm all awake. And I figured also out, funny enough, is because I've been trying to wake up later now during winter time. And somehow for organizational reasons, we decided with Katja to wake up again earlier. And since I'm waking up again at 5, I feel much better. Instead of waking up at 6. Instead of waking up at 6. Yeah. So that's that's quite interesting because they recommend us to wake up at 5. So I realized that now instead of waking up at 6:30 to wake up at 5, I feel much more energized somehow, even though I'm missing 2 hours. Yeah. Of difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a really important part, I feel, of following the patterns of the season. It's just that, feeling into on is important. I find though we're going to talk about the routines of the morning in a moment, but the winter time I actually find that I have to rearrange the what I do when because of that too. I can't do everything in the less time that I have, but that's how it is. We use a bit of flexibility with that. Okay, the other thing I just wanted to touch on is breakfast. Breakfast is considered the most important meal in Chinese medicine because it's really setting our day up. And there's an old saying that I heard actually from Scotland. We should eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. That really the most of our sustenance we really should get through the breakfast meal.
Lyle, can I ask you to accept Linda?
Sure.
She's trying to come in.
Okay, I got it.
Voilà, here she is.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just.
Hello.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
And Michaela.
Ciao, Linda.
Hi, Michaela.
You're on mute, Michaela, but I'll see you anyway. I'm glad you're back, Linda. Okay, I'll just recap a little now of what we've been doing. I've just been talking about the first two cycles of the morning, 5 to 7 on the large intestine, and that it's important that empty the body's waste and use that time to really get the energy going in the body. And Brigitte will tell us about that in a moment. And then the second cycles, 7 to 9, being for the stomach cycle, where we are filling our body with nutrients and getting the day going. Okay, Michaela, Linda, would you just like to say a quick hello to the others, and then I'll hand to Brigitte to get down to some details.
Yeah, just apologies for I was 5 minutes late. 1 minute it's about 7:45, and the next minute it's 5 past. So I have no idea where that 20 minutes went, but apologies for being late.
No worries.
So yeah, I'm Michaela. I live in the Highlands of Scotland, and I've known Bridget and Lyle for a wee while, and I've known for Shen Foundation for much longer.
Wow. Thanks, Michaela.
Hi, everyone. I am Linda from Cameroon. Nice to see you guys back. Nice to see everyone back. And nice to meet you, Charles. I have been working for Shen Foundation for a few months now. And I really learned many things with Shen Foundation. And I hope to learn more. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Katja, can you also introduce yourself? Because I think we did not introduce ourselves. So let's do it now.
C'est à moi que tu parles.
Oui, tu veux t'introduire?
Mais en français, hein.
Oui.
Et
I
toi,
will translate.
Ok. Moi, je suis Katia et je pratique ouais, c'est ça que tu veux. Je pratique le Qigong avec Brigitte depuis 2 ans et la méditation. Je suis membre maintenant de Shen Foundation et taisez-vous les chiens. Et qu'est-ce que je peux dire? Et oui, j'ai approché Shen Foundation parce que la pratique des 4Times4Health m'ont beaucoup aidé. Et oui, je sais pas comment. Je suis complètement. Oui, je pratique depuis 2 ans et je vois beaucoup de changements sur ma personne et j'ai arrêté j'ai beaucoup de changements positifs et je suis complètement en phase avec ça. Voilà. Je
I
sais pas
will
si je me suis
translate.
bien fait comprendre, mais
Thank you. Yes, yes.
il y a
I
les
will
chiens qui
translate.
aboient, qui m'embêtent. Ok.
C'est parfait. So I will translate. Katja has joined, she has approached me 2 years ago. She wanted to learn Qigong. And so she's practicing 4Times4Health since 2 years. And she's saying that she has had a lot of positive changement in her life. It's really changed her life in a very substantial way. And she wants to continue participating and contributing to the foundation.
Bravo.
And Michaela, I have a question. Since when are you with Shen? When did you're the eldest one, I think. The longest.
I first met Bisong when I was more or less really bedbound. I mean, I was really bad with chronic fatigue syndrome. And the only times I was really getting up was either to meet my mum or go to the doctors, which were like 2 hours a week. So that would have been probably around 2010.
2010.
Wow.
Yeah, 2010. And I can remember starting the Qigong and going, if I ever stop this, I'll be the sorriest person alive. And I was in a toxic relationship at the time, so I was getting ridiculed, and I ended up stopping it. Needless to say, the relationship didn't last much longer than that, but I keep trying to get back into it, and I have difficulty creating routines, personally. So to be able to do it in a group and the support it's just great. So much appreciated.
Great. Manolo, you want to say something?
What about introductions?
Yes.
My name is Manolo, and Manolito, in fact, for the good friend. Great for Manolito. And I joined, I guess, Shen Foundation about a month ago. But I've been doing the 4T program for about 3 months. And I started doing it because I have a Huntington condition, which makes it that's one of the best solutions for me was to try the natural way. And now I'm trying to develop, to cure myself and to conquer the world.
Good. Thank you very much. And I'm Brigitte. I actually met Dr. Guo Bizong, who has been teaching us this 4Times4Health. She's a Chinese doctor and a Western doctor, and has been practicing here in England for over 30 years, and is now back right now in China. So I met her in 2015 after a cancer treatment, a chemotherapy, where I had a really hard time to recuperate, and also a lot of questioning about, why did I get this cancer? And especially also knowing that this cancer could come back very quickly. So a friend of mine told me, go and see Bizong. And so I went to Scotland, and that's when I discovered this teaching, which has completely changed my life. And before I used to be just a mom and have my company, and now I have 100 things, and I'm really taking care of myself. So it's a very, very, very powerful new way of living, really, because I'm focused on what I really want to do. And since I'm, I think, hyperactive and I have so many interests, I'm all around the place, but I do take my time off, and that's why I can do it like this. Otherwise I will be back in the hospital. And I just had this week my oncologist. I had my yearly checkup, and my oncologist was so surprised about the great figures he found on my blood tests and all the tests, all the machines I went through. I'm like, I think his healthiest client. So he asked me to show him 4Times4Health. So I'm going to be showing now him and cancer patients probably about this technique. Yeah. So just to go back again to the course. Yeah, was Lyle's. Sorry, we have deviated. But so the importance of 5 to 7 is when we wake up. Yes, we have the intestine elimination of all the bad things. So the intestines. So that's why we start to eliminate the intestine. We start actually when we wake up at 5 o'clock with drinking hot water. And if you have some ginger or lemon, it's even better. But this will start heating up your organs again. And so your functioning of digestions will be improved during the day. So you first start drinking hot water with lemon. And then we do stretching. So we woke up the stomach. So then we need to wake up our body. So we do stretching. We flip, touch the feet, and lie down for 9 times. So we stretch our body, or you stretch yourself like a baby, you know, when you used to be a child, when you wake up and you would stretch yourself so you can really feel your body. And so then you have waken up your body properly. And then the third thing is to make a meditation. So then your mind also keeps clean, because in the morning, our mind has the tendency to want to analyze and clean up what happened yesterday. And if you had like a conflict with a person, most probably when you wake up, you will be thinking and rethinking and analyzing about things that didn't work out the day before. And by doing meditation, you get this calmness and this so you start also in a calm way your mind, because you want to calm down your mind and have your mind in starting the day in harmony. So then you can also attack the rest of the day more in calmness and serenity, and are more ready to face the challenges of the day in a more calm and harmonious way. Yeah, Lyle, do you have anything else for this part to explain?
I think that I just want to say that the details of these things are in the handout that we have sent out too. So you don't have to remember all this stuff, but it's all there. Absolutely. Then also in this time, it's really good for. We're going to talk in the next workshop, but this is time for that too. And then doing something out in nature, if it's a walk or run or swim or whatever is relevant. This is really the optimum time to set the whole energy going in the body. My next step after what you've been saying, Brigitte, is the Qigong, which I always try and do outside, facing the sun. To me, that really sets the inner energy in the body going. You know, it connects me with the planet. And if I miss that, I have grumpy days. So I don't miss that if I can help it.
That's true.
But before that, we need to. So we have, we have been drinking the hot water. We have been stretching ourselves. We have been meditating. So after that, there is a wake up call. So then the good thing is to go and take a cold shower. And it doesn't have to be a half an hour cold shower, because I think I wouldn't survive. The important thing is you don't take too long a hot shower, because that is going to fatigue you again. In the morning, you want to wake up. So you just wash yourself quickly, and then you sprinkle all cold water at the end. You go over your legs, your arms, and if you manage to do whole your body. And if you don't have time to take a shower, you just wash your face 3 times with cold water. And this is it is actually preventing you afterwards from getting sick. Since I'm doing this, I don't get any flu. I haven't had any flu for 5 years anymore, because it's your pores close down, and you're protected, and besides of waking up and then being ready to start your day. And Manolo, do you want to testimony your story about about the medicine that you stopped?
Yeah, but I mean, actually, I used to take one of those medicines, I guess, to wake up. Actually, it was a treatment for those that had problems sleeping. And but I didn't have the problem sleeping. For me, it was the artificial use of trying to get up because I needed a kick in the morning. And basically, at one point, as I'm constantly searching to reduce the narcotics in my body, that's another group that I'm associated with that pushes me to do that at all times. So that's why when we found that maybe the cold shower could replace that picker upper in the morning. And so I thought that I would try it, and then I didn't want to use it, and then I tried it, and then it worked. So now I've stopped that other medicine, the modafinil.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes. So with this practice is really with 4Times4Health, it is healing your body. It really is healing your body. I after the cancer, I'm not taking any pills at all, and really maintaining my health with nature, because it's really, that's the thing about getting back to nature, is wake up with nature, wake up with the sun, get the sun's energy. For us women, the moon is very important, so it's good sometimes to go and have a walk when the full moon is there, or the different times of the moon. For the men, you are connected with the sun, so in the morning, the qigong or any exercise outside at the sun is very, very powerful for the men, even more powerful than for us, for women. So there's this yin-yang aspect. So that's why it's important that after you shower, if you have still time, that you can go and for jogging or walking or tai chi or yoga or qigong, but whatever. It is good to do it in the morning and not in the evening. A lot of people do their sports after work, and this is completely not healthy at all, because in the evening you're supposed to calm down. So the people go to the gym after work. They are going actually against nature. They're going against their body, and then they weaken their energy, and they're going to get sick very quickly. That's how you create your heart attacks afterwards. But the morning is a very good time to do exercises. Yeah.
And for me, connection with nature is personally an essential part of getting the day going. So fortunately, I live in the forest, so I just need to walk out the door and I have it there. Or my version of the cold shower in the summer is jumping in the lake, which which is across the road. I'm just wondering if Michaela, if you'd like to say anything about morning practice, because you've been doing it for a while now too.
Just in general for the 4Times4Health, I mean, I've spoke about having chronic fatigue syndrome, and it was really, I was really bad with it. And even when I'd got over the worst of chronic fatigue syndrome, I was really depressed. And I procrastinated. I had lots of ideas, but I was wanting, I had lots of ideas which I wasn't wanting to act upon because they seemed too big. And eventually, as the universe tends to do it. If you've been given a mission to do and you don't do it, then you're just going to keep getting your ass kicked until you actually end up doing it. And so, I mean, this 4Times4Health program has allowed me to work on a really quite large community project, so a Centre for Health, Holistic Health and Sustainable Living. Setting up a new charity, a separate charity, and somehow trying to get on with my own work, which has taken a back seat. And there was actually times where I thought, and I had a part-time job as well, and there was actually times where I thought I am actually gonna crash and burn here. Something is gonna really have to give. And each time it just came back to the practice. And every time I returned to the practice, because, as I said, I have difficulty naturally creating routines. And what the 4Times4Health allowed me to do was give me the foundations to build the rest of the day around. So even if I don't manage the actual, even if I miss, they're now more or less begin to be programmed into my mind. But even if I miss them, I'm not beating myself up, because I know then I'll catch up with the next one or the next one or the next one. So I might not do all 4, but I'm at least going to do 2. And they've made an incredible difference in my life. So
Thanks, Michaela.
thank you.
I'm just aware that we're just in the last minutes of our session now. So I just a couple of things I like to say. And that is, if we look at each individual little action that we're talking about here, it's childishly simple. And I think I mentioned it before, but that to me was a trap in the beginning, because each thing is childishly simple. But by the time we've done all the exercises through the day, it's very powerful. And just good to remember that, I think. It's I'm saying a bit nonchalant, but anyway, just that point. And more importantly, that this is the point where we really start doing this stuff. So I would suggest if we can start with the morning practices, and then when we meet next week, just how it's gone, starting with the hot water and stretch and meditation and cold shower, some exercise, and we will add to that next week the Qigong too, but that needs a workshop on itself. So that'll be next week's project. And I'm wondering if Brigitte would like to jump in and see if there's anything I'm saying here.
Yeah, I just wanted to emphasize that I think this practice is so strong is because it's really including the complexity of the human being. Because we are not only 3-dimensional, we are also spiritual beings. So by doing the meditations or by going out to nature, we are getting into contact with our spirituality and with and it doesn't matter whether we are Christian, Jewish, Hindu, or any religion or any. We have the power to be connected directly. So that is also this valuable thing of this teaching, and we are when we wake up, we get into this connection during the meditation, and we also go back to this connection when we are in nature, when we do the qigong or we do the yoga or we walk and run, and when we are in front, receiving the day, we are going. It's really working on the body, the soul, and the mind, and that's why this whole the whole system is so powerful. Because before I would not meditate when I was working, I would not meditate, and I would maybe do sports 2 or 3 times a week, or not even that. And not probably on the right times. But if we do by doing the 4 breaks, I'm in movement at least 2 to 3 times a day, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes. But it gives me the flexibility of my body. It gives me the strength, the muscles, just by doing 10 minutes, quarter hour of these exercises, which we will be showing you afterwards. Yeah, that's all.
Bravo. Thanks, Brigitte.
Yeah.
So, everyone feel okay that we meet at the same time next week to carry on?
Niall, do you want to say goodbye?
Yes.
Goodbye to
Sorry,
everybody.
Katia, just breaking off. Say thank you
Okay.
very much